Hi, I'm Jono, and today we're comparing Webull, Moomoo, public.com and Sofi to see which one actually comes out on top.
4 platforms that all offer commission-free trading in the United States. 2 are owned by Chinese parent companies whose data practices prompted congressional investigations and multi-state attorney general inquiries. 1 was founded by a man who resigned over harassment allegations and rebuilt by a former executive from a social media company into an application that wants to replace every financial institution you use. 1 removed the order routing practice the entire industry relies on and replaced it with a tipping system that defaults to on, then got fined for the influencer marketing it used to promote itself. All 4 were fined by the financial industry regulator. All 4 have users reporting frozen funds. The 2 Chinese-owned platforms have the best trading tools. The all-in-one platform has the strongest financials. The transparent alternative has the cleanest trust record. None of them solved the problem they all claim to have solved. The first Chinese-owned platform launched in 2017 with professional-grade charting as its differentiator. Over 50 technical indicators, a full desktop interface, extended hours and real-time scanning positioned it against the simplicity of the market leader. The parent company went public through a blank check merger, and the stock has lost nearly half its value since. A single compliance employee oversaw hundreds of thousands of accounts until a state regulator intervened and fined it $500,000. The financial industry regulator fined it over $1.5 million for unsupervised influencer marketing. Hard-to-borrow fees charged at annualized rates of 400% with no warning before the trade was placed. Margin calls liquidate positions the next business day with no grace period where established brokers offer 5. A congressional committee sent a letter demanding answers about deep ties to Chinese entities. A multi-state inquiry is investigating data exposure. 1 state banned the platform from government devices. The second Chinese-owned platform was founded in Hong Kong in 2012 by a former engineer at the largest technology conglomerate in China. That conglomerate became its earliest investor. The Western brand was created to obscure the parentage. Free depth of market data that competitors charge a subscription for is the headline. The financial industry regulator fined it $750,000 for misleading influencer marketing and failing to provide privacy notices to over 450,000 customers. A separate fine of $125,000 followed 5 months later. A 5-day outage during market volatility exceeded the stated recovery target by 4 days with no compensation. Users report 50,000 frozen for over 10 days and accounts locked for months. The parent generates nearly $3 billion in annual revenue with a 61% margin. The support budget does not reflect that. The transparent alternative was founded in New York in 2019 by 2 co-founders who positioned it against the order routing model the industry was built on. It kept trading open during the January 2021 restrictions when every other platform in this series locked users out. A month later, it removed order routing on stock trades and replaced it with a tipping mechanism that defaults to on. Users report forgotten tips costing between 10 and 28 across regular trading without realizing the charges were accumulating. Options still carry market maker rebates. The platform that marketed itself as the one that eliminated the practice still uses it on part of its product range. The financial industry regulator fined it $350,000 for influencer marketing violations. A user reported over 300,000 frozen. That is the largest single frozen amount across every platform reviewed in both series. Government bonds, treasury instruments, and alternative assets add breadth the other 3 do not offer. A crypto asset purchased by a user for just over $1,000 was frozen when the custodian dropped support. The value fell to roughly $600 with no resolution timeline. The social features let users follow other investors and see their portfolios, but there is no automatic copying. The value is informational rather than transactional. No major outages have been documented. The platform raised $135 million in 2024 and reported its core brokerage as profitable. It has not published a user count since 2021. The all-in-one platform started as a student loan refinancer in 2011. The original founder resigned over harassment allegations. The replacement turned it into a bank, brokerage, credit card, insurance provider, and financial planning service in one application. A bank charter means insured deposits, competitive savings rates, and internally funded loans. A membership tier bundles benefits across every product, but requires routing salary through the platform before most of them activate. Revenue reached $3.5 billion in 2025, with consecutive profitable quarters. 11.7 million members. The stock more than doubled from its 2024 low. Neither of the Chinese-owned platforms nor the transparent alternative can match those financials. The robo-advisor was marketed as free, then charged the same fee competitors had always imposed without advance warning. The data breach in late 2025 exposed personal information for over 38,000 people and was disclosed nearly a month later. A trading glitch in February 2026 blocked accounts for up to 48 hours. Support across the integrated platform is described as fragmented, with users transferred between departments that each deny ownership. The cross-product contamination risk is the structural vulnerability the marketing does not address. A bank account closure ends the entire relationship across every connected product. A regulatory complaint resolves the freeze, but the account is then permanently closed. The Chinese ownership question and the all-in-one contamination risk and the tipping hypocrisy and the influencer fines are 4 different categories of concern that all point to the same underlying truth. Every one of these platforms grew faster than its governance could keep pace with. The 2 Chinese-owned platforms have combined fines exceeding $3 million from the financial industry regulator, while adding hundreds of thousands of new accounts per quarter. The all-in-one platform introduced a fee on a product it marketed as free while reporting record revenue. The transparent alternative was fined for the same influencer marketing violations it positioned itself against. Growth came first, the consequences are still arriving. Both Chinese-owned platforms route orders to the same market-making firms. The all-in-one platform routes through a clearing partner. The transparent alternative removed routing on stocks, but kept it on options. None of them charge commissions on basic stock trades. All of them make money in ways the commission-free marketing does not explain. The 2 Chinese-owned platforms make it through order routing and margin lending. The all-in-one platform makes it through lending, banking, subscriptions, and cross-selling. The transparent alternative makes it through tips that default to on and options rebates. 4 revenue models, none of them called fees. Webull for anyone who wants the most advanced charting on a commission-free platform, accepting Chinese ownership under congressional investigation, a single compliance employee scandal, hidden borrow fees, and a stock that has lost nearly half its value. Moomoo for anyone who wants the best free tools available, including depth of market data and international access, accepting that the parent's earliest investor is China's largest technology conglomerate, that the regulator fined it twice in 13 months, and that account freezes with unresponsive support are documented. Public for anyone who values transparency and trust record over feature depth, where no trading restrictions during 2021 and removed order routing on stocks give it credentials the others cannot match. Accepting that tipping defaults to on, that over 300,000 is documented frozen, and that the premium tier costs more than competitors while offering less. Sofi for anyone who wants banking, investing, lending, and financial planning in one application, where the bank charter and profitable quarters show a company that has outgrown the startup phase, accepting that one product failure cascades across everything, that a data breach was disclosed a month late, and that the robo-advisor fee appeared after years of marketing it as free. 4 platforms, 4 different answers to what commission-free costs. The price was never zero, it was just never on the receipt. Every choice is a trade-off. At least now you know what you're trading.